is Dana Smiley Stevens, and I'm going to be talking about the Ferguson Rebellion, which took place in 2014. And I see it as one of those moments that forced America to take a look at itself. The police killing of Michael Brown wasn't just another headline, it was a spark that lit up years of built up frustration, fear, and anger, especially in Black communities. For many people, especially Black Americans, Ferguson wasn't something distant. It was personal. It was a reminder of how dangerous it could be to just exist in this country while Black. Parents were looking at their sons and thinking, that could have been him. Brothers and sisters were looking at their family members and feeling that exact same fear. That's why the response in Ferguson was so strong. It wasn't only about Michael Brown. It was about all of the lives, all of the prejudice, all of the racism, and the fear of who might be next. At the same time, not everyone in America reacted the same way. That's where identity really comes into play. Some people looked at the riots, some people looked at the protests and called them riots. They focused on the property damage or the unrest rather than why people were in the streets in the first place. And then others saw it as a cry for justice, a demand that simply couldn't be ignored. Same event, two completely different responses, all shaped by personal identity, experiences, and the privileges or struggles that come with them. For me personally, reflecting on Ferguson makes me realize how much identity shapes what we pay attention to and how we interpret it. If you've lived through racism, discrimination, or police harassment, you see Ferguson one way. If you haven't, you might struggle to understand the depth and pain and the urgency. But Ferguson changed the national conversation. It gave rise to the Black Lives Matter movement, and it made police violence and systemic racism impossible to ignore. Almost impossible to ignore. It showed that identity isn't just personal, it's political. It affects whether we feel safe, whether we feel seen, and how we respond when injustice happens. In the end, Ferguson wasn't just about one city, it was about America as a whole. And it's a reminder that when we see events like that, we have to stop asking only what happened and start asking, why did it matter so deeply and to whom? And why are these things happening? Reflecting on the Ferguson Rebellion, all in all, I would say that it's another one of those unfortunate cases where people have to say it's another one of those cases. There are too many instances of police brutality based on race that ends up with a lot of violence and a lot of times death, which results in these very extreme reactions from people who have also felt that loneliness or that isolation or have experienced that racism. Thank you.